Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt Capper and this is another video on Raid Shadow Legends. Today we're going to talk about Soulstones. I was not going to do a video on this, however my Hydra video fell through because I completely didn't pay attention to the fact that there's 2 force affinity on this rotation. That's not going to work for the video I wanted to do, or rather it wouldn't work as consistently as I want before putting out a video. I could probably do it on hard, maybe even brutal, but I wanted to try to do this one on nightmare, so I apologize. I'm going to not do that video until the next rotation. The champion that I'm using, I'm still going to do a champion showcase on. I built them series. So I'm going to do that maybe on the road, because the other bit of information I would let you know is as of tomorrow, I will be on the road, and then Friday I will be unavailable. I'm still going to put out videos, I hope. Probably not daily, I don't think. But I am going to see what I can do to make some videos for you. I have a new laptop, albeit it's a very inexpensive laptop. But I'm sure I can do some video editing there. And we'll use my phone, and I'm going to bring a tripod. And we're going to see what we can do to make it work. Hopefully, it'll work somewhat, somehow. I'm hoping. If it does, perfect. I'll put up a lot of videos. Otherwise, I might even just do some more live arena. I know you guys love listening to me swear and curse at every single Sifia I ever fight in the arena. So just wanted to give you those little bits heads up. But let's talk about Soulstones. Let's talk about this tournament. Let's talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. Starting right now. So, the tournament. The tournament has been unveiled, and it is a soul chase tournament. Keep in mind, this is the very first one of its kind, so I fully expect that these will not be the be-all, end-all numbers and rewards. Or maybe they will be. You know, this company is so analytics-based. They're going to crunch the numbers. How many people paid? How many people played? How many people bought Soulstones? How much happened to make this happen in the tournament? And that's what they're going to decide. You can see here, I hit 795 bronze. We'll talk about how I got there. But first, let's talk about the rewards themselves. The rewards themselves are amazing. To start at 200 and get the 100 gems, the epic, you know me, and most people need epic books. I get that. So I should just shut the F up. I don't believe no more epic books for me, but everyone else needs epic books. Void shard I like, legendaries, and of course a sacred shard, really top tier. And then even top 3, you see that there is a legendary skill tome. The top 3 do get a platinum chest, which will probably be disappointing. That's not all that drops. I'm pretty sure platinum chest also has a chance for like high-end stuff. I don't know why it's only showing that. Did they change it? Anyway, and of course the relentless gear, which has come into favor for those people that do a lot of Hydra. Relentless gear is absolutely top tier. So some really good rewards for that. But is it a bit of a bait? And the answer is also probably yes. Let's just talk about what I opened, and I opened it this morning thinking I wouldn't do a video on this, so I apologize. I know you guys would have loved to revel in my sorrow and pain. I apologize for not giving you that. But when we look at the Soulstones, and I've already talked in my last video about what I think about Soulstones and why I think they have to be, not my last video, but a previous video, why they have to change this. This is a non-starter for me. The way the wish list works, the frequency, everything about it, I feel needs to be reworked. But taking under the current system, I opened up 1 Eternal Soulstone, which I got from the Path of Light. I opened up 2 Immortal Soulstones. 1 I got from the Path of Light. The other one I had somehow, somewhere. I don't even know where. And then I got Mortal Soulstones from my Hydra boss, and a couple from the materials, and I think I had 18 total. I also used the Soul Merchant. You can see I bought one here, a 5-star Lochwain. I wasn't gonna, but I actually kind of like Lochwain, and I know I'm gonna use him extensively in the faction wars for this faction. So, you know, for the Wood Elves. So I was okay expanding that. I also bought a 5th star, which I kind of regret, but I kind of don't at the same time, for Molly, because Molly's actually really good with polymorph. 5 stars, really nice. She's a good supplementary champion to throw in the mix every once in a while, just to mess with people's minds. So I don't mind doing that. I would rather had a 5-star of a different champion, but we take what we can get. So all of that got me the points you see, and I think that's the negative to me. The positive is the rewards are very strong for doing things you're doing anyway. The negative is the points are excessive for how to achieve this. And if you look here, Uh, absolutely. If you get a 6-star legendary, you can get 1,000. If you have everything else is such a smaller equivalency, right? So if you get a 5-star legendary, it goes from 1,000 to 450. If you get a 6-star epic, it goes from 1,000 to 300. These numbers drop significantly, and this point total comes down to pure RNG or a mighty, mighty wallet just to get these numbers. If you consider it this way, the worst luck in the world that you could have is if everything you opened up was a 1-star rare. Very unlikely that's going to happen. But if you did, this tournament would cost you $1,500 to complete. Now, is that what it costs? Probably not. But also, 1 and 2-star in all of these 2 tiers, and even the top, even the legendary tier, is what you're getting most of. So it is not unheard of that this could be between $500 and $1,000 worth of resources in order to get the top level here. So that is the negative, is the point total is absolutely obscene. Also, when you consider the point total is not only obscene, but when you multiply that by the fact that the summoning chances are even more obscene. For example, if you're opening Mortal Soulstones, you only have a 6% chance to get a legendary, which is not awful, it's not great, but it gives you some chance. But the chance that that 6% is going to give you that 1,000 is 0.5 of 6%. Now, in order to figure out what those actual stats are, you want to go 0.06, that's 6%, times 0.005, that's 0.5%. That's 0.003 times that by 100 to get the percentage, and it is a 0.03% chance on a Soulstone, on a Mortal Soulstone, that you're going to get a 6-star legendary. And that's really how you're going to win, is getting those. So what the reality is this event is all about those eternal Soulstones. Even the other ones, even the 3 to 6, what are they called? The Immortal Stones, or whatever the mid-tier ones are, the Immortal Soulstones. These Immortal Soulstones could give you a 3-star rare, and that is most likely what you're going to get. Look again, right? You see Immortal Soulstones. You have a 12% legendary, right? So, okay, so let's see what that is. 0.12, 12% legendary. Multiply that by the 4% chance that it's going to be there. So 0.04 is and then times that by 100 is about, well, it's 0.48, so it's about 0.5% chance, a 0.5% chance on the Immortal worth $5 roughly, I believe, or $5 to $10. You got a 0.5% chance of actually getting a 6-star legendary on it. And even the actual Eternal Soulstones, valued at $30 right now, according to Plarium and their packs. Their best packs you might see a little bit cheaper. And that's 0.2 times 0.2, which of course times that by 100. And that's a whopping 4% chance of getting a 6-star legendary. So that is a big, big, big overhanging negative. However, do I think that overall this is negative? I'm going to say no. And I'm going to say no because by this point in Raid Shadow Legends, if you're still playing, you know that legendaries, whales are going to whale. And so whales are going to get that. That is going to be theirs. And the irony is that whales typically buy more resources than this is worth. They buy the legendary book offers when they're up. They buy sacred shard offers when they're up. They buy all of this, the void shards, the gem. They don't necessarily need it, but a whale can't help themselves. So just take the whale equation out. Oh, this is only for the whale. Take that out. The reality is, if you get lucky, you could get some good resources. If you're unlucky, you can get some resources. And those resources are absolutely free. That is a big bonus. That this doesn't change anything. It doesn't change the rates of anything. It doesn't change anything at all. The reality is if you open and look at this, like you even go down to here, 231 points is still going to get 60 gems. 231 points, I believe, was enough to get maybe the first 2, I think. Right? So you're still going to get resources. It's not what it should be, but it's enough. So the free-to-play player, the low spend, the one who's just not willing to put money into Soulstones, they're going to get something if they're just doing Hydra daily, they're doing their Iron Twins daily, and they're participating in tournaments when and where you can get the extra Soulstones. That is what the key is, and that is how you are going to win on these tournaments. Now, the other negative is that you have to play Wait Shadow Legends. Jay Gig said it best in his video. God, it must be 2 years now. Wait Shadow Legends continues because now even more you getting this wait save resources. And there is going to be a chance that these, I believe Cirilla did hint to it, that these sort of things will eventually count towards CVC totals, which means you're going to wait for Soul Chase tournaments and or probably event. There's probably going to be a Soul event, which is similar to how the events are for shards, where each shard opened will be worth a point total. And it won't matter what you get out of it. So you're going to get consistency versus value if you get lucky on the tournaments, which is very similar to the Summon Rush versus the Champion Chase tournament. So, this Wait Shadow Legends is a bit of a pain, but hey, at the end of the day, do I like it? I think it could have been better. That is familiar to say about Raid Shadow Legends. So I hope they kind of see the data and they push a little further. What I will say is that the Soulstone, like, they knew what they were doing here. They wanted to bring in more of these. I don't think that this is worth it. I don't think this is worth 85 cents or whatever. I don't think it's worth that. I think they're worth less than that because I see how many actual usable blessings I have on my champions versus how many I've pulled. And I think, you know what? Most of these things I just put on I don't need. I really just need it on about a dozen champions, and the chance to get 12 out of 800 champions and have it land at a high enough star that it's even worth it. Nah, at that point, what did I say it was? 0.003% chance or it was 0.03% chance. Like, it's gonna take too long. 90 is not enough for me. 13 certainly not. I don't buy these things are a bait. I would rather, if I'm gonna spend money, I'd rather you're gonna get more value, I think. So $79 might be 3 eternal. You're gonna get more value out of those 3 eternal than you're gonna get out of 30. And that's I'm not doing the math, but I'm just thinking you're gonna get a 5 or 6 star epic or legendary. This can give you a 3-star rare, a 4-star rare, and that's what it's gonna give you most of the time. That's the highest percentage chance by a long shot. So I don't think that these are still in line. I do like seeing this. I wish it was 10 because, again, that's not a huge value there. I think they're overpricing these, but I do like the fact that these mini mix packs are including Soulstones on them. Did they take anything away? I feel like they didn't. They just added these, right? So I do like this. Did they not have 5-star chickens or was it just 4? I feel like something's missing. And it used to be 6 Demon Lord keys. Now it's 3. Is that what they did? They removed 3 keys and added this? I'll take that deal any day. So I do like seeing that. Hopefully when they do the 100%, this will be 10. And normally I would buy those, although currently I'm on a spend-free journey. And then again, you see here, it's $1 here. This is probably going to work out to $1 and whatever that is, 10 or 5 or whatever, and then this can be worth even more. It's going to be ugly. And wow, $15, half price. Like $15, this is the big deal, is you get $15, you get to pay for one. Overall, yeah. I mean, I guess my overall thing is you're opening the Soulstones anyway. You might as well collect what resources you can. I really wish it would be a little bit friendlier. Like, free-to-play could get up to all but the last 2, and then maybe you have to spend or get lucky to get those final 2. That feels more realistic. Like everything else, they keep inching up those totals to try to get people to pay even more. But in the case of Soulstones, I think even less so than shards, I don't feel comfortable with the value of buying to get those resources. Because $80, 90 shards could be 90 points, which would have gotten me nothing. At least I know 90 ancients for $79.99 would likely, say during a 2x, would likely get me a legendary. Not necessarily, but likely help me at least along the way. So I feel like from that perspective, absolutely not worth spending to get those rewards, but they're free rewards. Take the free rewards, save your Soulstones, wait for these events. Don't open a single one until you see an event, and then just collect what rewards you can. So that's my final thought on it. Again, thank you very much. I apologize in advance between now and the 10th of being a little less, probably a little more sporadic on my videos. Like I said, I'll try to do what I can. But you could help me in the meantime. If there's no new videos to come out, you could always watch my back catalog. Still looking for about an extra 1,000 views a day would probably get me, actually less than that, about 3,500 a week. So I need about 35, so about 500 views a day extra to get into the content creator program. Man, if I knew that I was actually going to get to this point, I probably would have tried harder 2 years ago to be consistent. That's my fault. It's not yours. But you could help me out by watching some of my back catalog, like Demetha comps, like some of the Hydra comps I'll put out there, some of the epic champions that I've done videos on. That'd be really helpful. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching the video. Please be kind, be safe, and we'll see you in the next one.